In the last part of the lecture on the films of Bong Joon-ho, let us try to find the answer to the question if directors' films work for social change. Bong Joon-ho does not hide his social pathos. According to the director, in the real world, the Kim family and the Park family almost never intersect. They can meet only when the relationship between the employee and employers arises. Only then do people at opposite ends of the class hierarchy enter into interaction so close that any misfire can lead to an explosion. In the film, Bong Joon-ho diligently draws lines between rich and poor families. Even when they appear together in the same frame, they are always visually separated by lines, be it a table corner, a window, a wall, a car, whatever, but they are never next to each other. This is a very interesting director's technique noted by critics. In one of interviews, the director says, in today's capitalist world, there are class boundaries and castes that are invisible to the eye. At first glance, it may seem that the class hierarchy is a thing of the past, but in fact class barriers remain, and it is almost impossible to overcome them. And our film is about what happens when different classes suddenly come into contact in our extremely polarized society. The director asks, who are the parasites there? Poor Kims creeping into a prosperous life, like those very harmful insects that they wanted to get rid at the beginning of the film. Or the husband of the fired housekeeper hiding in the dungeon. Or perhaps the wealthy Park family, empty in their spoiled worthlessness, parasitizing on the labor of their servants. Or maybe the parasite is the system itself, feeding on the energy of a constant, enduring and insoluble conflict between the haves and have-nots. We see that modern society under capitalism is structured in such a way that it encourages parasitism at all levels of social life, both the lower and upper strata of society equally parasitize each other. At the same time, director Bong Joon-ho skillfully uses stylistic and intellectual techniques that make the film not only relevant, but also spectacular and fashionable. Let's list these techniques. First of all, we are talking about a combination of the ideas of postmodernism and new realism, which found a combination in metamodernism. This allows us to resort to both sarcasm, mockery, and at the same time sympathize with the characters in the film. Second, we note the ensemble, which means a combination of the incompatible. For example, the idea of justice and parasitism, a specific understanding of equality and comic image of Westernism, and the simultaneous ridicule of specifically Korean. Also, we can say about inviting stars, the use of new technologies, including digital ones and many others. Third, it is also the exploitation of popular ideas, social inequality, lust for money, wealth, post-colonialism, Western dominance. Fourth, mixing genres, which is typical for art mainstream directors. Fifth, conscientiousness of the frame, light, color. Sixth, cinematic seriality. Many films by Korean directors can be watched in sequential order. For example, the theme of social justice is seen in all the films of Bong Joon-ho. Especially parallels arise in the films Parasite and Snowpiercer. Seventh, calculation for a global young viewer through the methods of emotional inclusion, feeling of fear, when goosebumps. We can add to this the contribution to the treasury of Korean soft power, Hallyu, by creating new consumer demand in the field of film tourism. Consumption of goods that have become popular after the legendary films, formation of new entertainment and leisure practices based on films. The local government of South Korea plans to restore the Koyan Aqua Special Shooting Studio, where the film Parasite was filmed, and use it as a tourist site for watching films. In addition, the city of Koyan announced that it will invest $150 million to develop the Koyan Cinema Complex by 2026. To host film tourism facilities, additional indoor studios, outdoor production facilities, inter-Korean video content, and image research centers. However, criticism has been leveled at the commercialization of area known for poverty in South Korea as tourist destinations, without concrete action being taken to address the issues at hand. The Seoul Tourism Organization has been criticized by South Korean's opposition party and the people of Seoul for introducing a tourist itinerary featuring filming locations and stories from the film. The Justice Party claims became famous thanks to the universal recognition of global inequality. However, they believe that creating a tourist attraction based on the film in Seoul is tantamount to further exploitation of poverty. Residents living in Parasite's filming location have reportedly complained of feelings of embarrassment and discomfort due to the increase in tourists visiting their areas and taking pictures of the surroundings, making them feel like monkeys in the zoo. In response, the Seoul local government announced that public funding would prioritize the approximately 1,500 low-income families living in the basements shown in the film. The film Parasite has made a huge contribution to the popularity of Korea in the world. People even started posting videos on YouTube how to make chapaguri, called ramdon in the film's English subtitle, after the film was distributed. The producers of this dish also began to distribute the unique product chapaguri due to the popularity of the film. Having considered the social problems constructed by the South Korean director Bong Joon-ho, we note that his film Parasite is undoubtedly aimed at comprehending the need of social change. On the one hand, the analyzed South Korean film by Bong Joon-ho, like films by Lee Chan-dong, can be called the cinema of complexity, the kind of cinema that can become a means of transformation, works for social change. On the other hand, these films are made according to fashionable, very thoughtful new patterns, which ensured them both festival and box office success. The pathos of sociality in modern cinema can be used both as a semantic device and for the purpose of entertainment. And this in turn contributes to their distribution and popularity, both in South Korea and around the world. Enhancing Korean cultural influence and in the same time ensuring the integration of the Korean film industry into the global market of the film producers and distributors. This time we talked about films and directorial style of Bong Joon-ho. I'll see you on the next time.